Okay, in this video I'm going to teach you how to use the pencil tool, the brush tool, and how to work with shapes. The first thing I want to show you is the pencil tool. The pencil tool is not particularly versatile. You can't do a great deal with it. So I've selected the pencil tool. I can select a colour, so I'll keep it as black for now so you can see. I can change the opacity or opacity, which is how thick the line looks or how clear it is. So if I draw a black line across the screen, okay, if I drop the opacity down to 50%, okay, and then draw another line, you should be able to see in comparison to that line this one looks a lot fainter. And if I drop it down even further, let's say 20%, and then draw another line, you should be able to see that this one is even fainter again. Okay, so that's the pencil tool. I can change colours as well. I'll click it on a different colour, I'll put the opacity back up to 100 and then draw another line. Okay, so you can see that I can change colours, I can do shapes. Alright, so that's the pencil tool. The brush tool is slightly different. So the brush tool is probably the one you're going to use more. So if I click on the brush tool, as soon as I look down at the bottom now, I've got lots and lots and lots of different options. So let's have a look at some of these options. So the first option I want to show you is this option here, the tip size. So the tip size allows you to change the size of the brush tip. Okay, so I'm on 6 at the moment. So if I just show you the difference, so there's a brush size of 6. Let's show you this brush size of 20, 19, that'll do. Okay, you can see that it's very much thicker. Let's show you the brush size of 40. Okay, and that's thicker again. So you can see the difference between the thicknesses of the brush. We also have the ability to change the colour of the brush tip like you can with the pencil. So I've changed the colour to red, and now if I draw a line, obviously it's going to be red. I can change the effects. So if I come down to texture and I go on to, I'm not quite sure whether this one's going to work actually. It does work, but it works better within shapes, so I wouldn't use that one. If I click on this one over here, I can do different effects there, so you can see that that effect is different to this, so you can play about with those as well. If I go on to fuzzy light, what does that one look like? Okay, so there are different effects that you can add to your pens. So I can also do these here. Okay, I've got different effects here where I can do airbrush. So let's do a basic airbrush, and if I just spray, you can see that I've got an airbrush sort of stroke. I drop this down again. Let's try something different. Let's do a felt tip pen, dark marker. You can see straight away that that has a massive effect on the way it looks. Let's go over here. I don't know what unnatural is. What's the 3D glow? Let's give it a go. There we go. Okay, so you get lots of different options with the pens. So that's how we use the pen tool and simple lines with changing thicknesses, line styles and so on. Last thing I want to show you is shapes. So again, the shapes is on the vector. Okay, oh, this is the line tool, by the way. So a line tool allows you to draw lines. Okay, like that. So I can use the line tool to draw straight lines. Okay, so I can use that. And lastly, the shapes. So the shapes, if I look at this tool here and press and hold, I get all different types of shapes that I can draw. So let's just go with a circular shape for now, the ellipse tool. And again, when I look at the bottom, I have properties for my symbols. So the first one is what line do I want on what fill do I want on the shape. And then this one is what line do I want on the shape. So there's two different sections. So this one here, okay, is all about the fill color of the shape. This one here is all about the line of the shape. So let's change this to basic, hard line, Let's change it to black for a minute. Okay, edge, let's do the 1, okay, and let's change my fill color to red. Right, so if I click and hold and drag, okay, you can see that I've drawn a shape. The reason why it's got a thick outside line like that is because my shape is at a 40 point pen thickness, so let's take that down to a 1. Okay, you can see that's better. Okay, so I can use the selection tools now to move my shape about. Okay, ignore that, that's just where my computer's catching up. Okay, and I can do both of those. Okay, so I can use that. I can also then, this is a bit snazzy, if I want to, I can change the fill color like a normal fill. Okay, I can use a gradient fill, which allows me to select different colors. So I can click this color here, for example, as green, okay, and this one as black, okay, and you can see the effect that that has. And if I can use the sliders here to change the blend of my, sorry, these ones here, sorry, to change the blend of my my gradient fill. So I can do that. I can change the type of gradient. So this one's linear. If I go on to that one there, you can see that changes to a different type of gradient. Bars will give me bars. The radial will make it go from the center, and so on. Okay, so I've got those fill effects. I can also use the pattern fill. Okay, now if I click the pattern fill, I've got different types of patterns. Okay, so if I chose that one, for example, okay, it allows me to select that. Okay, I can choose a texture fill as well. So rather than the pattern, let's go back to there. That one takes the fill off. So I've applied a let's change that to black. So here I can change the texture as well. So if I drop the texture down, I can put grass in the box, okay, along with the colour. Okay, so it gives it like a texture. I can put fur. You can see that it gives it like a furry effect. I can put let's try circles. Okay, so it's filling my circles with circles. So there's lots of different tools you can use to help you create different lines and shapes with different fill effects and so on. I can also remove completely the outline of the box of the shape by just selecting no line, transparent button. Okay, and that will remove the line completely. Now I have no outline at all of my circle. Okay, so that's how we use brushes, pencils, shapes, fill colors, different types of effects, line thicknesses, and so on.